What is going on, guys? Welcome back to this week's episode of Mic Time. Here with Cody.
Jay, what up?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And today we have someone that we kind of reached out via the DMs on Instagram. And they were simply wondering, how do you know when a guy is into you just for sex or if he's actually looking to have a relationship?
I can't
Don't
believe
laugh.
I just
Don't
can't
laugh.
believe we're doing an episode on this right
Hey,
now.
like I said, we had someone reach out to us, and they were simply asking the question. So we did, give them feedback over DMs, but we figured, why not make an episode out of it? Because it is true, and that goes for both sexes. But I think we will mainly just speak on,
I say we just speak on both.
I'm not a woman, so
All right, I'm not either, but I think we've been down the road long enough to know. At least all right, I've had women as friends, right? Like I grew up with whoever I grew up with in high school and stuff like that, and you hear stories from my friends that are girls now, and you'd be like, dude, you just you turned into what you used to hate. It's like you really turned into the men you used to hate. It used to be about, when we were younger, it was like, forget women and there was a different F word used, but it was a forget women and get money. And the roles have flipped where now women are like, forget men and get money.
You're not wrong in that.
So,
and the other thing is, when it comes to knowing, it's very, I don't want to say tricky, but it when you realize that you're almost when you're on the opposite end of you're looking to build a relationship and that person wants sex, that can really, fuck someone up, and then they become that person that they were just with.
You mean they just become a different version of the person that just screwed them over?
Yeah, they they got screwed over, and now they're like, "Fuck this," and then they go screw someone over.
Right, you literally just become another version of the person that screwed you over. In case you didn't realize that. I don't know why this dropped this low.
Yeah,
but I mean, let's fix this a second. We got technical difficulties, guys. For some reason, my microphone that's a little too high.
It's a little too high.
Yeah, that's good right there. Yeah, that's fine. Cody to save the day fixing the equipment. It's fantastic. You're amazing. That's good. Perfect. All right. Hopefully you guys can hear me. No, we're good. We're good. I'm going to make sure with these headphones that I don't hear anything. Anyways, but yeah, so I would have to say, yeah, sounds good to me.
Sweet.
So what I would say is when it comes to women getting screwed over by a guy, you don't want to become that version of the guy that just screwed you over, because then you're going to create more of that guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a trickling effect over both genders. You will become what that guy did to you, and you'll do that to a guy, and then most likely that guy is going to do that to another girl.
Right.
So
all right, back to the topic though.
Yeah.
How do you know the guy is just trying to sleep with you? So I'll give one, and then I guess we can go back and forth.
Yeah, we'll go back and forth.
One that. All right, first, let's say you went out on a date with him, maybe one date. Right away, he asks you, "Oh, you want to go back to my place?" Right?
Just on the first date.
On the first date.
Yeah,
if he's like, "Oh, why don't we go back to my place or whatever? Why don't we go back to your place?" You don't really ask that on the first night unless you're just trying to have sex.
Yeah.
I mean, you just don't. What other reason would there be? Now,
Exactly.
If it's a mutual feeling, that's different.
Yeah.
But some people, most women that I know won't do that on the first date.
Yeah. And then there are some men also, like in my opinion, that you don't always want a girl to, give out on the first date. I know that sounds weird.
It does. And the reason why I'm laughing is because I feel if I was out on a date with someone for the first date and she said, "Do you want to go back to my place?" that would completely kill my vibe.
I would say no.
Right. If I was 21, 22, I'd be like, let's go.
Yeah.
Now I'm older and I'm like, You've been around the block a few times.
Yeah,
that thing is like throwing a hot dog down a hallway.
Yeah, it's like, how many one dates have you been that you've then gone home from?
Yeah,
It's like, so have none of these guys worked for it?
Right. Am I going to find 15 men inside of you? Help us!
Yeah. But all right, so you said the first date thing.
Right.
All right, so for me, I think one of not even talking date wise, right? Say you're just getting to know someone, maybe you met online. The only thing that they talk about is sex. They're not actually willing to have a deeper conversation with you and get to know you. They're simply with the most superficial sort of conversations and very, talking about sex and being physical. Yeah, dirty talk and all that. And that's it.
You in bed right now?
Yeah, come on over.
Yeah. Did you take a shower?
That's this is also not what we would write either. We're a lot better.
Just talking shit. I'd be like, oh, so you got underwear on?
Yeah.
I'm just talking shit. That's a good one though. Yeah. If the conversation is mainly around sex.
Yeah.
Or hinting.
Yeah. Or leading to sexual puns, always the conversation being in some sort of sexual manner almost.
Right. Yeah. I would say another one would be the 2 a.m. text. The what are you doing text.
Booty calling.
Like 1, 2 in the morning.
Booty calling.
And especially, it's one thing if you guys have been dating for a while, then everything that we're talking about is irrelevant.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about like the 1, 2 dates in or 3 dates in and they're already hitting you up like 1, 2 in the morning, what are you doing? And you haven't slept with them yet, that's where they're trying to aim towards, where it's like, okay, you got to be careful with the people who want you to trust them. They're narcissistic, right?
Yep.
Narcissism only works, and this is gonna strike some nerve for some women.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's gonna strike a nerve for y'all right now. If you've ever dated a narcissist, I'm sorry to tell you, but you are naive. And the reason being is narcissism displays competence. And when you're naive, you see someone who is competent because they know you're naive. And that's when a narcissist actually happens. It's actually in psychology, it's psychologically proven that most women who date narcissists or label their exes as narcissists were and are naive. Because, again, narcissism is shown through competence. And if you can't tell the difference between fake competence and real competence, then that's how you end up falling for somebody who's a narcissist. But that back to the 2 a.m. text, if he's texting you at 2 in the morning, what are you doing? Are you up?
Yeah. Those how you doing, babe? Are you still awake? You not sleeping anymore?
Yeah. Oh, I had a good time tonight.
Yeah.
I wish you would have came over. Are you still up?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I do this shit. I don't do this shit. Could I say I've done this shit? I think I might have done a 2 a.m. text once or twice in my life. Never have. I say when I was like 20, 21. I did a 2 a.m. text. I think. I don't remember. It's not something that I did all the time. But yeah, I would say that's one of those things, right? So far we got the back to our place.
Yep.
You got the sexual conversations.
Yep.
I got the 2 a.m. text. What else you got?
If you are on your period, they want nothing to do with you. They don't want to hang out with you. They don't want but it's the truth.
Oh, that's where you're going with this.
Like if he knows that you're on your period, he won't you'll be like, oh, come hang out. Maybe we can watch a movie or something. Like he won't. No, that's a no go.
Man's straight ghosted when you're on your period.
Yeah, he just vanishes. Simple as that. Because they don't want to and this isn't to sound messed up.
That's a good one, dude.
But they with women's hormones when they're going through a period and the pain that they're going through and it's not comfortable in any sort of way, they can get, a little agitated or moody and all that. And a guy's going to be like, since he's not in a relation with you and he only wants you for sex, he's going to be like, yo, I don't want nothing to do with you right now. He's like, I'll wait until you're good and then we can have sex.
Dude, that was a good one, man.
You know?
That was a good one. I didn't even think about
Yeah.
that. That was pretty good. Wow.
Yeah. I was at work and I was thinking about, I was writing down, because I was thinking about the podcast and
I'm just busting your chops.
fuck you. It was the same as it was the same thing when I said the world is your oyster and you're like, what? And I was like, that's definitely a thing. And then later I'm like talking to a bunch of people and they're like, no, that's a real thing. I was like, and you're like, yeah, I was just fucking with you. I was like, oh, thanks for making me look like a dumbass.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
The world's your oyster.
You're like, that's not a quote. I was like, I'm pretty sure it is. I was like, God damn, this guy.
Oh, God. So I would say another one is if you're out on a date and they're very touchy-feely.
Okay.
Right? The whole...
Overly.
Like very.
Oh, yeah. Because I feel like there is, not in like a PDA sort of way, but like, like a hand on a lap and all that. But you're talking about more. Like...
I would say more often. It's one thing. All right, it's one thing if you're out on a date with somebody and then they hold the small of your back. Right?
Yeah,
it's one thing.
like the arm over the
right. But we're talking about like first date. I'm not going to be touchy feely on a first date. It's not happening.
Yeah.
I'll be very. I practice more monogamy. I'll open up the door and stuff like that. Maybe I'll give you a little, but that's about as far as it'll go. I'm not putting my hand in your lap. I'm not touching your hand. I'm not rubbing on your shoulder. None of that is happening the first time. The most I'll do is give you a little guidance, and that's as far as it goes. That's that I'm trustworthy. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to get you to release, relax, understand that I'm trustworthy. Yeah. But when on the first date, if he's got his hand on your lap, then his hand on your hand, and then his hand on your shoulder, and then his hand on your forearm, and if he has his hands everywhere on you on a first date, he's trying to like...
He's being very aggressive with his intentions.
Right. He ain't Ray Charles trying to figure out if you're beautiful or not because he's blind. Like, my man is... You know what I mean?
Because I do believe, at least going back to the first date, I think, and this is just a tip, is that it's good to break that barrier of touch. I think that's something that's really important when just side note in terms of dating. I think it's huge to be able to break that barrier of touch. And because in that infancy, that's a sort of like you said, trust and sort of not intimate, but you are, bringing sort of like a body feeling to it, whether that's, a holding of a hand or like you said, she's crossing the street, you hold her back or something.
Yeah. Very innocent touches.
Yeah. Not like I said, aggressive, intentions with how you're moving about.
And also depends per situation. If I met someone online, would I do the touch of the small part of the back? If we're going through a door or something, or if we're crossing the street, whatever, as far as it'll go. If it's someone that I spoke to for a while that I just happen to know, maybe I'll do the hand thing while we're sitting at dinner, or maybe I'll do the touch of the back again, right? Nothing crazy. It really depends on how long you've known the person. But
100%.
Because, first date can still be with someone that you've known for a while, or first date can be with someone you just met.
You could have matched with them a week ago or a couple of days ago, and it's literally first time.
Right.
So there's definitely a lot of variables that could go into how you move about.
Right. Do you have another one? Because I do.
Yeah. So I think my next one would be, I guess this kind of leads into it, what we kind of said in terms of like intentions and all that, but when he's sending a lot of mixed signals. So say you guys have been talking and going out here and there, right? Like you've gone out on dates, but still like you've kind of shown your intentions as the woman, like I'm interested in you in a sense. And they're like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how I'm feeling. And they're not opening up to you. But then one day they'll be like, oh, maybe. But then immediately, like the next day, like completely closed off. I think that can very much be something where it's like they're indecisive. So, and it's one of those things where it's like, hey, you're either in or not. Simple as that.
Right.
So I think similar to the intentions with like the touching, but intentions in terms of like just actual mental and plans, you know, like if they have no plans and they have no, like they say that they want something, but then they're just seem to be there for sex. Like that's the only time that they're actually interested, you know, like say you're like, oh, I need help with something, or, oh, do you want to grab food? And there's always a reason for them not to do that. But then when it comes to actually having sex, we're good.
I think another one, and I might be wrong, but I feel like I'm not. So what I would say is when the guy always wants to go to a bar.
Ooh, interesting.
Where it's like, hey, first date, no, let's go to a bar. Okay.
Huh. Yeah.
Second date, oh no, let's go to a bar. It's kind of one of those things where he's feeling you out to see how easy it is. Because I'll be honest with you, if I'm really into a chick or I really want to go out on a date, we're not going to a bar on the first date. We're not going on a bar on the second date. That's going to be a little bit before you and I go to a bar. Now, if it's a bar restaurant where we're sitting down, having dinner, and you know there's a bar there, cool. But if it's a straight, like one of those bar areas, I feel like when a guy just wants to go to a bar with you only, that dude just wants one thing from you.
And do you think that they're doing that because they know that if they maybe get some alcohol in you, that they're
that you'll loosen up and possibly give it up?
That's a good point.
And that also comes with age too.
Yeah.
You know, because I notice now, especially being, let's just say in like St. Petersburg, right, in Florida when I go, you can spit and hit a bar. I mean, they have these little stands that have like it's called shot stands. You just walk around, you can just get a shot from there.
Yeah.
And I see on Facebook, because I'm in like those rentals and stuff groups.
Yeah.
Someone always between the age of 19 and 24 is moving down to St. Petersburg looking for a roommate.
Interesting.
And they're always single.
Yeah.
And 90% of them are women looking for roommates. And the thing is, at that area, if you're going to a bar and you meet someone at the bar, now it's like, okay, he knows I like going to the bar.
Yeah.
She knows he likes going to the bar. And they may go to the bar often. Now, that situation is where you guys kind of met at the bar. So you kind of already know you both like it. But let's say you guys didn't meet and... I hit the microphone. So say you guys didn't meet and you met on like Hinge or something down there.
Yeah.
And the first date is a bar or the second date is a bar because you guys are around it. I still don't think that's a good idea.
I've never been a fan of bars or even restaurants, honestly, as a first date. Because I feel like, well, bars can be a little bit, but restaurant, you sit down and you eat. Yeah, you can conversate, but that's about it. And people, like for me, I want to go out and do something because then you can actually kind of like play around, maybe, you know, break this sort of like cross the table barrier and like, you know, go bowling, do mini golf, do a walk at the beach, or go to the boardwalk and grab, you know, some tacos and sit at the bench or something. I feel like you're able to, one, break that touch barrier that I talked about a little bit easier, and be more playful if you're doing an activity instead of just having a conversation. Or at a bar, you may have to struggle to even talk because the music's so loud.
Because the music is so loud.
You know?
Right? So that's why it's like if you meet them at the bar, it's one thing. And then if you guys exchange numbers, but then the next date it's not a bar, you're good.
Yeah.
But if the next date's a bar again,
like back to back,
like
or
why?
3 in a,
I met you at a bar. I know you like bars. Cool. You know I like bars. Cool. Why are we going on a real first date to a same place that we've already met at?
Yeah.
That same atmosphere that we've already met at. Like I want to get to know you.
Yeah, like let's change it up. Let's find something else to do.
Yeah. So I think that's one of the, and that kind of goes for both women and men.
100%.
You know, if the woman is telling you guys that, if you say, hey, let's go out on a date, and she said, oh, I'd like to go to a bar or whatever, she's not looking to be with you or be with anyone. She's just trying to get fucked up.
Yeah.
And then maybe if she's lucky, she'll get the D.
If she's lucky.
If she's lucky, she'll get the D. Most guys, they don't give a shit. I mean, I go to the bar. You want to go to the bar? Go to the bar. Oh, you want the D? We'll give you the D.
I have one that's for the guys. We're good. We got 7 minutes. I have one for the guys to watch out for, that they're not being taken advantage of. It's not quite sex, but there can be one for sex. But there are some women, as they call it, they have rosters.
Oh, bodies.
But
You're not talking about body count.
No, I'm talking about rosters in terms of like there are certain guys that are on a roster for certain things. Like, oh, this guy will always take me out to dinner, but only that. Like this guy is only good at giving sex. This guy is he'll always give me a ride somewhere. Or this guy, if I'm low on money, he'll give me this. So for the guys out there, if you are only notice that the girl is hitting you up for certain things, and I know we're talking about sex and this isn't necessarily about sex, but just be on the lookout, because if you seem to be only helpful to a girl for only certain things, but you see them doing all these things, say on social media, or when you reach out to them and you want to do something different, they might be using you for something.
Yeah, there's something different part. That's the thing. If it's repetitive.
Yeah, if you see patterns where it's like, she only hits me up when she wants to go to this club with all her friends. And why do I always seem to end up paying for everyone? Or why is it that...
Fucking simp.
Yeah, but that's the thing. There are a lot of guys out there that won't realize that, I'm actually... Like, I think I'm making headway, but I'm just one of these guys that's simply a tool to help her in a certain...
Yeah, you're a tool.
Yeah.
Literally, that's all you are. You're just a tool in a toolbox.
Yep. And you could be the guy that's just giving dick, and, good for him. But then there are a whole bunch of other guys that are getting fucked over in so many other ways.
Oh, bro, you can't say dick and then say fucked and pause and then go so many other ways. How did you just do that?
I just did.
You paused. And I said, wait.
Because I wanted to get your reaction.
We're gonna go canceled. So, okay. Next, let's move forward.
We'll put a quack over it, like wah.
Yeah. That's pretty funny. So let's go next. That shit threw me off. Another way that I would say that he just wants to have sex with you is probably the most obvious way. You want to have sex?
They're just very open about it.
Very straightforward.
Yeah,
let's go out to dinner. You go out to dinner. So you want to have sex tonight?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't get any more straightforward than that. That doesn't answer the damn question.
At least with that, because I will say, if you are open and transparent about it, and that girl is obviously been told and they're made aware of it, then you know what you're getting involved into. Because we're more or less talking about, how do you know that you're getting fucked over and used just for sex when you're looking for a relationship? So it's like, if a guy is being open and very transparent with his intentions, and he's just looking for a fuck buddy, then it's your decision if you're gonna go down that path on, okay, I know what he wants and that's what it's gonna be. But the issue is with that, there are a lot of women and guys as well, because this goes for both sides, where the person will be open and transparent, but they'll be like, oh, maybe over time they'll change, when that usually doesn't happen, because then they start creating feelings for someone after they're just having sex, and then that person's still not interested, and this person now is falling for them, and it's like, then it becomes awkward and unfortunate because someone gets hurt.
Right. That was pretty good. I had one, and then I blanked out what the hell I was about to say. Another one is and this is more for the women, to be careful. If you're going to a bar and you're with your friends, and you're getting sloppy, and you're known for being the one that gets sloppy, you will come across some guys that know that you are sloppy drunk, and they will have a drink in their hand, and that drink will not be their third or fourth drink. That would only be maybe one or two, and they will act like they're drunk. So that way, now they're like, yeah, I'm fucked up too. Yo, this place is great. And they know you're fucked up, and you're too fucked up to realize that they're really not fucked up.
Yeah.
And then that's when they get the touchy-feely and shit like that.
That's when you start dealing with creeps, because they're they're taking advantage of you.
Those are creeps.
Like that is a creep and a asshole and a lowlife.
Right.
Because the fact that he knows that you are in a vulnerable state, being that you're intoxicated, and he then knows, oh, this is an easy, take home and get it on.
Yeah. I've seen it happen one too many times.
Yeah.
Another thing, just because we're giving out a fair warning, guys and girls, I tell you this because I did EMS for so many years in New York City. If you have a drink in your hand, do not think that drink cannot be spiked. If you have a drink in your hand, all it takes for you is to have that drink in your hand and look to talk to your girl, and her back is turned and you try to get her attention and someone spiked your drink already. I've seen it happen time and time. I've seen it happen in front of me where a girl will just hold her drink and she'll look over. You know how many girls I've had to be like, yo, don't drink that. That dude just spiked, and dude will walk away watching.
Yeah. Because they'll simply just go.
So what I always tell people is if you have a drink in your hand, you should be holding it like this.
Yeah.
You should never hold your drink with your girls. Yeah, whatever, and you're doing all this. Yeah, that's just crazy. Boom.
Yeah.
Now I can't see this from the corner of my eye. Especially when you're drunk, you're not going to realize it. So if you start getting tipsy, get a straw with a cover, or at least just start holding your drinks like this.
That's smart.
Because I'm telling you, even though there's a little bit of space, you'll know that person's not going to be able to get in there. And people will look for that, and they'll take advantage of you. Somehow this episode got about being taken advantage at a bar. So back to the original topic, right?
Yes.
With you, one of the biggest things I would tell everyone is just listen to your gut.
Yeah.
Right? Listen to your gut. If your gut is telling you that this person probably just wants to sleep with you, and you're more than likely that sense is right. You'll know if someone really wants to sleep with you or someone really wants your attention.
Yeah, the intentions alone will be clear as day most of the time, and it's just one of those things where you just have to actually have your eyes open to it, because like you said, there are a lot of people that are naive, unfortunately, but you will be able to tell and see signs. You'll be able to easily see signs pop up here and there, and 9 times out of 10, follow your gut. Simple as that.
Yeah, just follow your gut. Most of the time, just listen to your belly button. That's Eminem said it. That's why he said, I always listen to my gut, so if you're not my belly button, you can't tell me nothing. But, listen to your gut, ladies, and don't get yourself caught up. And if you go out with friends. Your friends will tell you, too. I think that dude just wants to sleep with you.
Yeah.
Your friends can kind of pick it up also, which is pretty good. But then you also have those friends that are cock blockers, and they just don't want you to be the hot one in the group, or they just don't like you getting all the attention, and they'll cock block you.
They're the assholes.
There's always one in the group.
Yeah.
There's
normally
one.
Normally they're like also in a sourpuss mood.
Yeah. The one that's always in a sourpuss mood, or the one that knows she's not the prettier one in the group, or the least prettiest. They're usually the biggest cock blockers.
Yeah. The minute that you start giving a guy attention, they'll be like, come on back to the circle and the dance.
What? Can you go to Cody's quotes, please?
Cody's quotes. Let's get it.
All right, ready? And 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Hey, dun. Hey.
It's Cody's quotes.
It's Cody's quotes.
It's on a note.
It's on a note. And cut it.
That was better.
Was it better?
Yeah. I had to lead you on that one.
Okay.
Yeah,
See,
I got you. You were like a second off, and I was like, I got you.
Stop. Right. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Okay. Let's go.
All right.
What you got for me?
You ready for this one?
Let's do it.
All right. Sex without love is as hollow and ridiculous as love without sex. Dude, was it not? You know what? I was not about to say something, and you're about to. I can't say that.
Sex without love is as hollow
and ridiculous
as love without sex. If you love somebody and you are not having sex, you're damn right that's fucking ridiculous.
That's my point.
Like, how?
Yeah.
You don't have to love somebody to have sex with them.
No, but here's where I agree with this quote because
Who said that quote, first of all?
actually it was Hunter S. Thompson. Never heard of him.
But the last we hear of it.
Yeah. But the reason why I thought that was interesting is because, in my opinion, when you're intimate and having sex with someone, it is more enjoyable when you have feelings for someone and you are actually in love with them or love that person. Because say you are just sleeping around a lot, it can feel meaningless. And in that moment of the act, it will feel great. But then you go back to your bed all alone and it's just lonely.
It's just post-nut clarity.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
to me, it's like when I'm, having sex and making love with my woman, you then lay back and chill in bed and lay down, and it's very intimate. Where when it's sex, it's like, you may hit it and then bounce, and then you're just there by yourself or you're leaving.
Right.
So it's to me, it's very shallow, and not to say that I haven't been in that when I was younger, but I've realized at a younger age that I was like, this sleeping around isn't for me because I don't feel. It felt dirty at times, like I didn't want to, and I care about body counts when it comes to, women or guys. I think that you should respect yourself to a certain extent, obviously. Like, I don't believe in, well, if it's in your religion and you want to be a virgin, by all means, like that's your belief. But I want to, if I have finding my life partner, I definitely want to have sex with them. But also, I also don't want to know that the whole state has been with you.
Village bicycle. Everyone's had a ride.
So it's one of those things where if I know that you're not just sleeping around all the time, then I feel a little bit better along with that.
I definitely know the difference between having sex and making love. It's so different.
It's very different. And that's why I feel like that.
The connection is different. It's like the pumps are smoother. They're slower.
Yeah.
Right? The eye contact is a lot
more. The intimacy is there.
The intimacy is fucking extreme, man. If you've never had, made love, but you've had sex, that's two different things.
Yeah.
Way, two different things.
Yeah.
We're going to end it there because my mother watches this shit. So I'm not trying to go any further than where we're at right now with that conversation. So,
thoughts on the quote? Do you kind of agree with?
I agree with that.
How I at least broke it down.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. You nailed it. You nailed it. You hit it right out the park. I'm good. Let's close this one out.
Oh, you all right?
I'm good,
guys. Well, this is a short one.
That's what she said.
Yeah. So. You want to close out?
That's what you sound like.
You close it out.
No, you want me to close? All right, guys.
Yeah.
That's the end of this one. I can't. I'm just gonna start laughing the rest of the thing. So that's it. Pay attention. Listen to your gut. The 2 a.m. texts. The touchy feely. Don't do stupid shit at a bar. And if he's trying to avoid other things with you, that's kind of how you guess. That's a quick sum up of everything that we said. Sure, there's more to it, but you can always rewind. Check out this video that Cody is going to tag us on somewhere around one of our faces.
We'll probably we'll do red flag, green flag.
Oh yeah,
that'll be a good one.
We'll do that one. So check out red flag, green flag if you haven't seen it before. Stay positive, stay humble. We only have good days. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment on the YouTube channel, and let us know. Have you come across somebody who just wanted to have sex, and what was the giveaway?
Yeah,
right. Whether it be male or female.
Well, guys, till the next time. Peace.
Later.